Today is National Foster Care Month. The need for foster parents is always growing. I spoke with a couple from Western New York who made the decision to foster 3 years ago. Now they say they wouldn't trade it for the world.
We're better people personally because of the experience.
That's how Greg and Greg Battista look back at the whirlwind of life in the past 3 years.
There's so many things about this season of life that I would have never expected.
They'd been married for 6 years when they decided to be foster parents. They heard about it through their church, and Megan knew it was right.
I just remember weeping and thinking this is what we need to do with our lives.
They fostered 10 children over the past 3 years, coming from a range of situations like neglect or others.
We've had a few babies come into care that have been exposed to opiates, and so when they're born, they often come into care.
Sarah Falzone is the intake coordinator for Gateway Longview. She says more than 900 kids are currently in the foster system in Erie County. Siblings are often split from each other because there aren't enough homes.
Foster care in general gets a bad rap, and I think that we really need to try and change that and open people's eyes that it's a very positive, rewarding experience.
The goal is for kids to eventually go back to their families, but Falzone says only half of them will. Megan and Greg say goodbye is an emotional time.
It's hard. It's heartbreaking to say goodbye to a kid, but it's also kind of a celebration and an exciting thing.
Megan and Greg's family has grown since their foster journey started. They've since adopted a daughter named Mia, and they're in the process of adopting 2 girls who they've fostered for the past few years. While they wouldn't have guessed this path for life, Megan knows it's the right one.
I would literally not trade the 2 girls I have in my home that I'm adopting for a million biological babies.
This couple's story is just so sweet. Also, what's really interesting is more than 60% of kids in care in the U.S. separate from their parents before their 6th birthday. So that just shows you just how young some of these kids really are.
And we heard from a local member of Longview last night who was a guest on News 4 at 6:30 over on the CW. And she talked about the goal. The goal is always to get these kids back with their parents if they're able to do that. And knowing that 60% of them are going before their 6th birthday is good. That's good. It's a good stat.
Yeah, they leave. They're separated before their 6th birthday. So
right.
Again, the goal is always to get them back, like we've said. But it's definitely very touching and a very special thing to see these families who, put kids before themselves and actually make this happen.
It really is.
If you are interested in becoming a foster parent, we put a link to Gateway Longview up on our website. It's WIVB.com. Just click on the Founded on 4 section.
Well, coming up next.